Psalms 51:7. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. David realized that God needed to do an inside job on his life. He needed to be cleansed from the inside out. When you ask God to purge you, something has to go. Something in your life has to go. Something has to be different. Something has to be removed. You've got to tell God, I'm ready to rid myself of anything in my life that is hindering me from being the best version of myself. In a legal sense, the word purge means to expunge a person from a conviction. Can you imagine having a criminal record and then one day realizing that it has been erased, that it's gone, that the negative information that was destroying your reputation is no longer there to impede your progress in life? In a physiological sense, the word purge means to be detoxified, to cleanse yourself from all impurities, from any waste, anything unwanted in your physical man that is corrupting you. And in a theological sense, the word purge means to be cleansed by the blood of Jesus. Because according to Hebrews 9:22, almost all things by the law are purged with blood. And there is no remission or release from the penalty of sin without the shedding of blood. Thank God for Jesus, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins according to the riches of his grace through his blood. Ephesians 1:7. Purge me. David said, purge me with hyssop. There's something special about this little plant, sometimes only growing a couple of feet tall in different variations of color: yellow, purple, white, yellow representing glory, purple representing royalty, white representing purity, used during the time of the Passover as an applicator to place the blood of lambs over the doorpost of every firstborn Hebrew child when God sent a death angel because of the disobedience of Pharaoh upon the land. Used in Leviticus, the 14th chapter, as part of the cleansing of lepers. Used as an applicator to place vinegar on the lips of Jesus prior to him saying, "It is finished." A plant that was used in many different ways, but here it appears that David is referring to the plant's medicinal qualities. Hyssop was an antiseptic. It was used in the cleansing of lepers, a dreaded infection, a bacteria which could cause the loss of fingers and toes and discoloration of the skin pigmentation and a deadening of the nerves in the infected area. But most of all, leprosy ostracized the individual from social and religious activities. David was feeling like a leper. A life of solitude and isolation, separated from friends and family. If anyone was approaching them, they were required to call out in advance, "Unclean, unclean." The leper was literally falling apart. Sometimes our life circumstances may have us feeling like we are falling apart. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Just as the leper of ancient times anticipated the Day of Atonement, when the high priest would come and perform a cleansing ceremony and apply hyssop to his body prior to being deemed clean and acceptable to return to community and friends. David speaks those words of vulnerability. Wash me. The act of allowing someone to wash you is an intimate request. There's a certain degree of vulnerability involved in allowing someone to wash you. The implication here is becoming naked before God, or transparent about the things in our life that we previously couldn't or wouldn't accept as being wrong. It's like David is saying, there are places in my inner man that I can't reach. There are impurities that I can't see. But if you wash me, I shall be clean. If you wash me, I shall be whiter than snow. Becoming naked and transparent, putting all of your secrets on the table, not holding anything back, surrendering all to Jesus. Letting God do what he does best, purify us with his touch. Just as Isaiah said to God, woe is me, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of an unclean people. After being touched by God, he was able to say, though my sins were as scarlet, you have made them whiter than snow. Though they were red as crimson, you have made them like wool. Sometimes we all need some hyssop in our lives. The healing touch of God that gives us the confidence to come back to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow.